So, what do you do when you have a hypnosis or coaching client who has trouble attuning to their emotions and they're just not as emotionally intelligent yet? And they're coming to you and they have, obviously you're a coach and hypnotist, so they want to resolve some sort of issue with you. They come to you, but you know that a lot of the transformations happen when you're more involved with your feelings, which has definitely has a lot of truth to it. Emotions are one of the big messages from the subconscious, right? And how the subconscious communicates. So it's definitely helpful for you to help your clients to be more attuned with their emotions. But what do you do when a client has trouble tuning inwards? And what suggestions could you have with your clients who are like that, right? So first of all, even though I just mentioned that emotions are definitely key to the subconscious, it's not the only way that the subconscious mind communicates, right? There are other forms of communications with the subconscious mind that their subconscious mind is doing right now for them that is necessarily not emotions yet. So although, yes, the goal might be for them to be more attuned with their emotions, one of the biggest principles that we teach in ACH is just to meet your clients where they're at right now. So, sure, they're not emotionally attuned yet. And it's so easy to automatically go to, well, how are you feeling? Or, really describe your emotion in detail and name them and doing all that stuff. Like that is very, very useful. And that's definitely an amazing skill set to have. But at the same time, if you're client is over here and is not emotionally attuned yet, what can you do right now, right? And how can you work with their subconscious specifically so that they still get incredible results and you can help them get to the root cause without having to go through the emotional route because they're just not ready for that yet. And so, when you look at the ways that the subconscious mind communicates, it's not just emotions, right? In ACH, we call this unconscious moments, and emotions are definitely one of them. That there are visual and auditory clues that can help you determine whether or not your client's subconscious mind is in action or communicating with you. So something simple that I'll give you an example of is how their body language is as they're talking to you. So really just notice how their body language is, even though they might say that they don't feel any emotions or they're giving you basic answers such as I just feel good or I don't feel good, I feel happy or sad. Um, Very simple emotions like that. And by the way, like happy, sad, or there's really no best way to, or there's no like, okay, what I'm trying to say is some people think that you have to be like completely emotionally intelligent and know all of the emotions in the emotion wheel. But if your client starts off with happy and sad, you can definitely work with that, right? Those are still emotions. And so let's just go with this example. If your clients can only say, I feel happy or sad or angry, like those are three things they know, you can definitely help them to become more attuned when they feel that way. And specifically, as you know, emotions are felt in our body. So, in your sessions or in follow-up calls with them, you can determine how they feel sad in their body. And, really having them become more self-aware with regards to that feeling of sadness in their body. Or happiness in their body or anger in their body. Where do they feel it? Because once they start associating these more simple emotions, then they can start expanding, right? Like you can really just start with a simple emotion. So if they feel sad and they describe specifically where in their body they feel sad, then that's how they learn. That's how they'll start learning how to become more attuned with themselves. So when they say, I feel sad in my chest, I just feel very heavy in my chest, that's their way of feeling sad, right? And not all clients are going to feel heavy tightness in their chest when they feel sad. They might feel it in other places in their body. So stop assuming that it's all the same. It's more like asking your client specifically about their experience when they say they feel sad or happy or angry, and for them to have that unconscious connection between the word and the feeling in their body is really like basic, but it's going to extremely help them with getting more emotionally attuned for the future. And this is definitely a start. And like I said, you can start expanding. You can start saying despair, resentment, ecstaticness, excitedness. You can start toying with these emotions once they start getting into the basics and learning that association with regards to how they feel right now or what they can do right now. And so, I mean, having already said that, emotions also aren't the only things or only ways that our subconscious mind communicates, like I mentioned, right? In ACH, we call it unconscious moments, which are there's visual and auditory cues to let you know that the unconscious mind is communicating. So visual cues are something like their eyes, what's going on with their eyes, right? Are they rapidly blinking? Do they have long pauses in between their blinks? Are they staring off in space, completely just dazed out? Is their attention completely just focused on you? And are they looking at an object in their surroundings and they keep looking at it? There's something within that you also want to notice. And there's also postural, how, like I mentioned before, their body language. How are they sitting or in front of you, right? Are there changes anytime you ask a new question? Notice those things. Their face, what's going on with their face? Is the color of their face changing, right? Are you seeing them tense up? Like, are they are they really furrowing when they are talking to you? Like any sort of facial muscular changes you can also notice. And any type of like random movement, whether they're just like are very fidgety or they're like completely still and not moving, or are they cataleptic also, right? Where they're like where their body is just like in a frozen position, or are their limbs doing weird things? These are the unconscious moments that we look for in ACH, and that's the way that their mind communicates to you, right? So even though they're saying they might not have any emotion yet, if you're noticing that, there's doing something weird thing with their eyes, that's really just another way that their unconscious mind is communicating. And you want to draw your client's attention on that because that way, that's how you'll to the root cause as well. Because like I said, meet the client where they're at. And if how their unconscious mind expresses itself is through rapid blinking, then that's definitely something that you just want to, latch onto and use instead of trying to move them into the emotional route where they might not be ready for yet. And so, I hope this helps. I just told you about the visual cues. I will talk about the auditory cues in a different video, so make sure you stay tuned with that. I hope this helped. If you have any question with regards to clients who are not emotionally attuned and how to work with them, then definitely ask me a question, leave a comment below. Otherwise, I will see you soon.